Yo, what's going on my dudes? Welcome back to the channel. It's Bertrude and today we're using my shield specialist build. This build is all about blocking but then getting nice counter attacks from our guard. Let's take a look at the stats. It's a level 60 build. Our main stats are that we've got 35 vigor and 43 dex. We're using the Opaline hard tier for the damage negation, and the dex not just for a little bit more damage. And here's a quick look at the armour and talismans. Pay special attention to the curved sword talismans for our guard counters and the great shield talisman to help our guarding. The main feature on this build is that we'll be using the shield grease to help with our guarding ability. Then we've got two main weapons on the build. The first one being a lightning infused butchering knife, and that's got the lightning slash on it. Our shield on this build has also got no skill equipped, so we have instant access to our ashes of war. Our second main weapon on the build is a noble slender sword, again lightning infused, and that's got spinning slash on it. Also on this build in our second weapon slot we also have the misery cord, and that's got the kick equipped on it just in case we get anyone else who is shielding against us, although I must admit I don't think I ever actually use it during this video. And that's the build guys. It's simple but it's a hell of a lot of fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content, it would really help the channel, but it's time for you lot to sit back, relax and enjoy. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an absolutely awesome day. So yeah, we're using the shield specialist. This build is so effective. If you've never tried this kind of playstyle in Elden Ring, I highly recommend it. Using your shield is a massively underrated tactic, and I don't mean just using your shield and getting a spear and poking from behind your shield and just turtling up and not using it for any kind of offense. You can use your shield in this game in many different ways. If you go the greater shield route, you can put shield bash or shield crash on it, and you can get some really good offensive attacks in using your shield. And yeah, obviously it's a shield so you can use it to guard, but also like we're using in this video, you can do it at a bit of a lower level, level 60. Use your shield grease and that is going to help you massively when it comes to shielding. Shielding at level 60 and under without getting guard broken is quite a difficult task, I found. So shield grease is quite essential. It really does help. This is a funny invasion. Look at this guy just getting to the top of the ladder. Back down you go, son. Enjoy the flight down. Hope you had a good trip all the way up the ladder just to get knocked off. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it goes. Now, Mr. Host, what are you going to do? You better get a move on because I'm going to dagger you. Well done. Well done. See, he realised what the crack was and he knew that he had to get up to the top of the ladder or he was going to take the long way back down like his mate did. But yeah, right. So shielding. Level 60, it can be quite difficult. You'll get guard broken easily unless you give yourself like 1,000,000 endurance, which you just don't have the stats to do at this level. So shield grease is quite essential, I think, to have a good shield build, at least at this level. And then we're using the curved sword insignia, as I said at the beginning, and that is all to do with getting those nice guard counters. That's what this build was all based around initially. I wanted to make a build that was all about using the shield to get guard counters. You draw people in, you make them attack, and then you get some good damage with the counters. But it is quite tricky, you know, it's not as simple as it sounds. Like, if you look at this invasion, for example, I get caught out a few times with this host here. If you go for the counter attack on the guard too early, they can actually knock you out of the animation of the counter attack if they keep swinging. So you've got to kind of think about it a little bit and try and time it right to where you think they've took their last swing or they've run out of endurance. Then you've got to go for the counter attack. Either that or try and go for it when you think you can just get one in without them hitting you. But it's a bit of a mind game when you actually unleash the counter attack. Sometimes you'll get that kind of dual hitting where they hit you, you hit them. You still land some damage, but they still damage you. You've just got to be careful with it. As I said, if they keep swinging and you go for that counter too early, you can get knocked out of the animation and they can get a free hit on you. So you've just got to be a little bit aware of that. But that's the only drawback, I'd say, of using this technique. It's really fun. It's a really fun play style. And using these two weapons that we've got, the noble slender sword as we're using in this invasion, and we're also using the butchering knife, we've got a good investment in dex and lightning infused. Both of these two weapons are doing a hell of a lot of damage. Really, really respectable damage, considering we've just got one straight sword here, the noble straight sword, which is a good straight sword regardless. Being lightning infused, high dex, you're putting out some very reasonable numbers, you know. People have got to kind of be aware of the damage you're doing to them, especially with spinning slash. You're going to put out some major damage. And then the butchering knife, our other weapon, is just an absolute beast. It's just ridiculous. Lightning infused with high dex, it's an absolute monster. And lightning slash as well is a great Ash of War. If you catch someone in that, we're using lightning slash on the butcher's knife. If you catch someone with lightning slash, oh, they're just going to be absolutely electronified to oblivion, do you know what I mean? They're going to be electrocutionized. They're going to be electrified all up in them. And look at this invasion here. I spawned in and then this summon's got a little bit giddy. And he forgot about those invulnerability frames when I spawn in. They've not learned, guys. How long has this game been out now? And these people have not learned. But watch this. See, he kept swinging and he knocked me out with the counter attack. But I learned from it. And then I keep my guard up because I know he's going to keep swinging, and then I time my counter attack really well there, hit him for a lot of big damage with a counter attack, and then I finish him off with a normal slice. I just chopped him in half basically. I just chopped him in half with my big electrical butcher's knife, and it just feels great. When you get a good hit on that counter attack with your shield, it feels amazeballs. I'm not going to lie. It feels fan-dabby-dozy, you know. It feels like, oh, I get a tingle in my loins. I get a tingle in my leones. I get a bit frisky, do you know what I mean? I love a guard counter. I just love a guard counter. Watch this, guard counter coming up. Oh no, it's not a guard counter, it's a spinning slash. But again, I'm doing a lot of damage. And this guy, he was 3v1 in that tree sentinel. And, you know, I just need to come and even things out a little bit, don't I? Right now, this invasion, look at them, right? I can see them trading. They're trading items, yeah? They're trading. And I'm like, there's only one thing on my mind here. I'm making a run for it. Whatever that item is on the floor, there's still one left. I'm going straight for it. I'm going for it. And I've got it. I've got it. Drive-by, baby. It's the old Lord's talisman. I've got it. And now these two are absolutely fuming. They're absolutely fuming. Look at them both. They're furious, and I don't blame them. I just came into their world, and I'm just being a thieving little schmeagle, aren't I? And I've just robbed the old Lord's talisman off them. Look at the state of this summon. He's just throwing all kinds of stuff at me. The horse is just running at me with his rivers of schmeagle blood, and it's just incredible. I feel, at this point in this invasion, I was feeling like really giddy. I've came in and done a drive-by, and now I've got a good old scrap on my hands because these two are furious. So they're putting out some good damage, they're being really aggressive. I've got to focus in here. I've got to focus in or they're going to rush me down. But I'm still putting out some insane damage with the butcher's knife. Look at this, 2-shot. Summon, 2-shot, dead. Easy as that. I just needed to get a bit of space, get my timing down with my attacks, and it was a job done. Now it's just me and the horse. It dodges the counter attack there really well. Lightning slash, dead. He's dead. That's 2 versus 1 with a drive-by, old Lord's talisman, bish bash bosh. But at the time, I was talking to my mates online and I was getting all giddy. I was like, oh, I've done a drive-by, I've robbed some stuff. But then afterwards, right, started feeling a bit guilty, started feeling a bit bad. So I messaged him. I said, do you want your talisman back? I feel bad. And he says, yeah, go on then, I'll have my talisman back. So I went back, didn't I, and I give it him back. I don't know, I'm a nice guy, boys, what can I say? I'm just a nice guy, and I felt bad for robbing his talisman, so I went back and I give it him back. You know, what can I say? But he was being a bit unreactive when I came back. He weren't moving or giving me any kind of signals or anything. But he picks it up, and then he did message me after this and just say thanks very much and all that. And I said, take it easy, enjoy the rest of your day, and we both went on our merry ways, and it was just a nice little invasion. And then, you know, I redeemed myself. I was a little thief, but I redeemed myself. Oh, man. I must admit, I have done that before and just kept it all. I've just kept it all. But on that occasion, I felt bad, so I'll give it him back. Now, we've got these two outside grey rolls Popular spot for invasions, this one. You always catch people outside here. But he just got caught with my guard counter. And I destroyed him. You can see how much damage these weapons are doing. These lightning infused dex weapons. I did have initially on this one quite a few different weapons last time I used this build. But it was sending my stats not as... my stats weren't as focused into dex. It was a bit more spread out between strength and maybe a little bit of faith and stuff. But I decided to really focus the build in onto dex, and I just decided to go with the butcher's knife and the noble slender sword, lightning infuse them, and go all in on that damage. Rather than having a wider stat spread and having the widest choice of weapons, I decided to focus, and I'm so glad I did, because this build is a real menace, and it's really hard to deal with this damage we're putting out. This was a real fun one-on-one outside Boiled Prawn Shack. I don't mind the occasional one-on-one here, because especially when I'm on this build, because it's surrounded by water, and I'm a lightning build, so I'm going to be doing some insane damage. But watch how this one ends. This is a brilliant one-on-one. Right, we're both one-shot. Now watch this. We both go for the daggers. And it's perfect. It's just a perfect kill and a perfect death. You can't ask for more than that. Beautiful. It's just a beautiful thing. Symmetry. Now we're up in the capital here. And I remember this one. I think this summon was like massively over-leveled. He's barely taking any damage. I hit him with a couple of backstabs in this invasion. And I barely touch him. God knows what level he is. But it was a fun challenge, you know, because he was doing a good job of protecting his horse, especially initially in this little corridor. He's kind of taking all the brunt of my onslaught. His host is staying back, popping out every now and again, just, you know, coming out saying hello. Look at this, I didn't think that was going to reach me. It surprised the hell out of me, that. I'll learn that for next time, I'll remember that. That spell has got some ridiculous range. See, look at that, that's not much damage done on him there with a backstab. He must have a hell of a lot of vigour, so God knows what level he is. Plus he's using the Great Moon, the Dark Moon Greatsword, so I suspect this guy is very high level. Could have killed him here. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why I didn't swing again there. I could have killed him. I was well annoyed with myself. But I back up into that room, and after a couple of minutes of them just hanging back, not wanting to commit, for some reason they decide to leave me and go and run on with the level, and that gives me a chance. First opportunity I get here to test the horse, and I see that he's fat rolling, and it's an easy kill. I don't know what the game plan was there. I don't know why they decided to just leave me and go and run to the level, but I'm glad they did, because that's the kind of invasion experience you want, isn't it? You want that natural invasion experience, but it was almost like they just completely forgot about me and just, you know, went and did the thing, and it just left them open for an easy kill. Right, this is the last invasion of the video anyway, guys. Please excuse the chat in the top left there, my two friends I was talking to at the time. I usually have the party overlay turned off, but for whatever reason on this invasion it weren't turned off, so just excuse that. But yeah, this is the last invasion of the video. I hope you've had a good time watching. This is a really fun build. If you've never tried a shield build, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun and it's really effective. But anyway guys, enjoy the rest of your day, look after yourselves, whatever you're doing. Take it easy, and I'll see you all next time.